We are back. Cafe Latte. Our guest is in the building. I'm so excited. Hip hop artist Kebba.
Yeah. What's golden, yeah?
How are you?
Life is fantastic.
Man, you so New York. I just love it. I love it. I love New York. I absolutely adore New York. So, people don't know this. We are really friends.
Yes. Yes.
We've been knowing each other for a couple of years now. You've always been that positive guy. You know, that guy you see, and he might be out at the lounge. He just chill. You know, a little drink or something, you chill. You're just a nice guy. Yeah, you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
So tell the people who you are. I know who you are, but tell the people who you are. A little bit about yourself.
I'm Kebba. If I'm not your favorite rapper, I want to know why.
I love it.
Hopefully after this show, I will get some new people that will call me that. Dig back into the music. I'm from Harlem, New York, down here in the A.
Yeah.
Enjoying life. Some call me Keb, some call me Black, some call me the professional good time.
Good Lord. I don't have all them names. They named me Mocha and then that was it.
I got a couple more too, but
like
you know.
Professional good time. But you know, you are your favorite rapper.
Absolutely.
You use that a lot. So how did you come to that, your favorite rapper?
I feel like, you know, I might not be the most lyrical or the most commercial or, you know, the greatest at one specific thing, but there is nobody else that is as well-rounded as me and that's gonna bring it all to the table like me. So if I'm not your favorite, please do share why. I'm gonna let you hear the music and I'll let the music talk.
So is this your music in the background?
Absolutely. This is a record called Take You There, produced by S7, my producer, out of Brooklyn, but he's in Philly now, featuring my man L2, Grammy-nominated R&B singer and writer, aka Beast. This record is about treating a woman right. It's not all misogynistic music on this side, you know? There's a time for it, but
wait a minute, is
right
this what you gave me a copy of?
Nah, it's off my upcoming album, Food and Veggies. Everything here is being heard for the first time.
Nice.
First time, Take You There, L2, Kebba.
Yeah. So when does the album hit?
Honestly, I don't want to put a date on it. I hate when artists say, yeah, we're going to put it out next month and then don't do it. I did that before, and my supporters, I hate the word followers, my supporters were a little peeved with me, so I threw out a couple projects recently, but we've been working on Food and Veggies for a while. As soon as I get more of a buzz, being on these radio shows, performing, putting my face everywhere, getting those follower numbers up that they want me to have so much, we're gonna make that push. I promise you, it's a timeless project.
So tell the people, when did you get in the music business? How did you know that you were gonna be like a hip hop artist?
It started as a hobby. It was a hobby at first. The first rhyme I wrote was at my senior year in high school. My dudes rapped and they were pretty much like, yo, let's rap. And I was like, nah, let's go out and find some ladies and party and turn up. You know, I was a basketball player, so they were like, nah, you talking smack because you can't rap. I was like, come on, man, this is light, this is words. So I put my first verse together. Didn't write another one until I got to college. Shout out to Temple University. It's golden. I started writing. Got a bunch of friends with me that did the same thing. And my man Vegas out of Philly, he was extremely nice. Like, he was that guy in the crew. Got very drunk, hanging out with me one night, and from there we were outside. He got into a battle and couldn't hold his own. So I just jumped in, and my memory's crazy. So I got verses on top of verses and verses just from all us just sitting in the dorm room writing. Took like 4 bodies before a real rapper came through and served me my first loss.
Wow. That
was maybe an hour into me going retarded. And then, you know, ever since then, people will come up to me like, oh, you know, rap, let me hear something. Where's the new rap? Where's the new verse? So I let him hear everything, and after a while, it was just like, you know what? I could do this. And after I finished school, you know, I had a few shows, a few more battles. I did the battle rap scene for a little bit. I got more into learning how to make songs, and making actual music instead of just rapidy rap. Right? You know, nobody wants to hear that all the time. Right. I'm super lyrical, but even I get bored. Like, man, give me a hook, man. Give me a dope beat. Let me move. You know,
so do you consider yourself a rapper or a hip hop artist or both?
I'm a hip hop artist.
And what differentiates the hip hop artist from the rapper?
A rapper can rap. A hip hop artist embodies the culture in more than one way. You you can control the crowd. You're gonna be an MC as well. It's not just, you know, studio rap. You're gonna bring other things to the table. You know, I'm in tune with the culture in general. It's not just about the music. It could be clothes. It could be, you know, anything.
So who's an example of that right now? Who's out? If you can name one person.
J. Cole.
I like that guy.
J. Cole is a dope hip hop artist. Fabulous is holding my town down right now. He's a dope hip hop artist. Kendrick is extra dope. Down here in the South, there's still dope artists. Big Crit is a monster. Love Big Crit. You know, I think Tip.
Everybody loves Tip.
You know,
you in Atlanta,
Luda.
Listen,
like,
you gotta love Tip.
You know, Tip, Luda. Shout out to DTP. There's a ton of them. There's a lot of good music out there. Shot Stimuli was golden, bro. It's just a matter of finding the good music, because it's so oversaturated right now with a whole bunch of nonsense. Like,
I have some questions about the good music. What makes good music? Because I know that it's all now, it seems like, about the beat. And I think that the content nobody really cares about anymore. It's just all about that beat. What's going to make you move in the club? What's going to make you move in the car? Talk about that.
Good music to me is a marriage between the beat, the hook, and the lyrics. If you're missing one, then it's not good music to me. You know, there's a lot of people out here making good bread, doing what I call mumble rap. If I need captions and subtitles to get your music, I personally can't bang with it. That's not good music to me. However, there are records that will make you feel something. Like Kendrick just did that on We Gon' Be Alright. People move to that because they're like, alright, it's a good message behind it, but I could also move to it, and he's also rapping. I bet you there's people that can tell you exactly where they were when they heard that for the first time. Like, that to me is good music. Like, you know, the first time you heard a Lauryn Hill record, or the first time you heard a Jay-Z record, or Pac, or Big, that's it. R. Kelly, you know what I mean?
Badu,
yeah, you know, that the music that gives you that feeling that makes you want to go back to that. Like, when you hear the song, forget where you at or what you're doing, you being taken back to that place where you heard that song.
Right.
I remember this song from. I remember where I was when what is that? Oh Boy, when Cameron came out. Oh Boy with Cameron Joe. I'm from Harlem, so I'm biased, but classic record to me. I remember where I was when In the Club came out by 50. Classic record. I remember where I was. The first record that I fell in love with hip hop with, Headbanger by EPMD and K-Solo and Redman. I remember where I was when I heard that. I was a kid. I still remember.
But you still remember when you heard it.
My man gave me his cassette player, the big retarded looking one.
I remember
with
those.
The little flimsy headphones, and I put it on. I was like, oh, he was like, you know, give me my headphones. I was like, no, hold on, let me. I was in my vibe. I was in my bag. I don't hear that too much these days.
Right, to get you in your back in your vibe.
That's why.
EPMD, all these people. So now that you are in hip hop, or you've been in hip hop for so long, and you've seen the evolution of hip hop from the 80s, 90s, and now we're in the 2000s. Now we're in 2015. What you think about it?
Now it lacks talent, I say. I say, you know, not to discredit anybody's ability to put words together. That's dope, period, because everybody can't do that. I'm not going to discredit anybody. But in my personal opinion, music is more so about what we could throw on right now to make people dance than it is what body of work can I put together to showcase my ability to be a dope, well-rounded
like a legacy,
MC.
right?
Yeah, they thinking they want to win a game, not a series. They just throwing out the one-shot kill. Like, yeah, this record is dope, but
make some quick money.
Yeah, you're gonna fizzle out fast, because what they'll do is they'll put the record out, radio play it. They'll get, you know, X amount of followers, because that's what it's all about.
It's all about the followers. Oh my God, how many followers you have?
Forget how dope you are. It's how many followers. Once you get your numbers up, then you could go do shows. Then you could, you know, you could live forever off that. You know, instead of you getting a 9 to 5 and making, you know, 30, 40 grand a year, you got a hit record. You making 5, 10 grand a show.
Right.
If you got the right people behind you and you booking constantly, you good. You set. Whereas before it was like, all right, let's find this dope artist. Let's hone their craft. Let's put them in with these
like
producers.
Like they did DMX back in the day, right? The DMXs, the J's.
Everybody. Like you work on these people. Like a lot of times people don't realize they like forget hip hop. Katy Perry.
Right.
It's her 3rd or 4th deal.
Hey, did you know she makes more money than Beyonce?
It's not hard to believe.
I'm telling y'all that. I saw that. Hard to believe. I read it the other day.
Drake, this is his 2nd time around. Drake did a record with Trey Songz called Replacement Guy, early 2000s. Flopped. Wiz Khalifa, this is his 2nd or 3rd deal before he popped for real.
Right.
So what they were doing was they found a dope artist and it was like, let's hone it. And then from there, when it was time, all right, let's push the envelope. Granted, there's politics and all of that, but the fact of the matter is they worked harder at it.
Right.
Now it's just, you could be a rapper. You got a radio station, just get your stuff on.
Give me some bars. Let's get it.
Give me 16. I'm with it.
I probably could be a rapper. I don't know what I'm going to say, though. I probably on some women.
Don't worry. Nobody's saying anything. You good?
I could just be like, and have a dope beat, and I'm good.
Even my friends tell me, can't be doing too much. Nobody going to listen to you. Yes, they will. I promise you.
Because there's a message in your music.
Most of it. It's junk food and veggies. That's my brand of music. I'm going to give you what you want and what you need. That's why it's the name of the album.
Junk food and veggies. That's hot. Here with hip-hop artist Kebba. Kebba.
Yes.
I see you bouncing your head. What's that we're listening to?
It's that Single Parent Home right there. Again, produced by my producers, S7. Some veggies for the people.
So tell us about Single Parent Home.
I grew up in one. I love hip-hop. I listen to music a lot, not just hip-hop. And I came to the realization there weren't any songs talking about people growing up in a single-parent home. And I wanted to attack it from a different angle. A lot of people were like, you should have went in. You should have been more emotional. I'm like, at the end of the day, I want the message to be, a lot of people did come from single-parent homes, but everybody didn't turn out bad.
That is correct.
And that's also to say that it doesn't mean it's right. Like, let's try to do better. There are people that come from single-parent homes across the globe, different genres, different cultures, different classes as far as, socially. And, I think I came out fantastic, but I have no intention of raising a child in a single-parent home. I want myself and the child's mother to be present whenever I have one.
So what's the message that you would give people because you were in the single-parent home? What kind of positive message that would you give them?
Be conscious about who you're going to be with. At the end of the day, I've had my fair share of fun in life, but, I get to the point where it gets boring. You need to understand you could bring a child into this world. Anybody could make a child, but everybody's not meant to be a parent. I know people.
So, Kebba.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. What do you think about artists, anybody, just perfecting their craft? More so artists, and I know you're a hip-hop artist. I want to know about just how do you go about perfecting your craft? You've been doing this for so long. What does it actually take to perfect this?
Hard work. Just sticking to your craft. It's not just rap. A lot of people just figure we go in and we make songs. It doesn't end there. Like I work extremely hard. Anywhere you see me post something, I put, if talent won't do it, persistence will. Like, I'm knocking on doors. I believe you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm talking to everybody. I'm at every event. If somebody give me an opportunity to perform, I'm there. I work out 4 or 5 times a week just to make sure that I'm not wheezing on that stage. I got to be able to move and jump around.
Right.
I don't make records to be hot. I make records to be the best possible record that it can be. My producer, S7, is in Philly. I might Skype with him. We might FaceTime for hours. Just, get it right. Say it again. Do it again. Do it again. You know what I mean? I taught myself how to use Pro Tools so I could record myself. Like, I'm dead serious about my craft. I was up last night writing till whatever time at night. I woke up, I went to work for 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to still be on the clock. I said, nah, this is more important. I came here. You know what I mean? When I leave out of here, I'm going to go to another event. Tomorrow, I got to perform at Apache. Then on the 23rd, I got a show at Rap Reel. I'm trying to line something up so I could perform in Toronto for Carabana at the end of the month.
Carabana?
Yeah, I'm going to London in September. I already got a few things lined up.
Nice.
So I'm working harder for me than the average person will. And it's physical, it's mental, and it's a lot of groundwork.
So do you feel, because you said you were up writing, do you have like a journal that you write in all the time? Are you in the mirror kind of writing and kind of, I
write wherever I can.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, it'll be on my phone or in front of my computer. Might get it on paper every now and again if I get a thought, but I write different. I might not write for, a week or something like that, and then I'll just sit down and just have, vomit thoughts. Like, I'll write 5 songs in one shot, literally. And I'll just spend 2-3 hours writing, and then the type of person I am, I'm gonna go record it. My turnover time is crazy. If you need me for a record, please holler at me. Team Kebba at Gmail, TeamKebba at Gmail for features, bookings, all that.
And how can they find you on social media? Instagram?
At I am Kebba, IAMKEBBA. That's across the board. That's my website, my Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything.
So speaking of where you're going to be, you said Apache, which is here in Atlanta, correct?
Yep.
Tell people about what you're doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm going to give a few I'll probably perform 1 or 2 records off of Junk Food and Veggies. Maybe an oldie but goodie. The one, I'm actually one of the headliners at the Music Room on the 23rd with Rap Real. That's going to be a super dope show. Shout out to the other artists on the bill. Naj Murphy, I see you in a minute, good brother. We're going to turn up. It's just work, man. At the end of the day, I need the exposure. I need people to hear me. When people see me and they hear me like you see, when it's go time, when we get happy, when we're excited about life and we could be in a club or we could be here at the show just having good conversation, whatever it is, I'm going to bring you that positive energy and we're going to have a good time. If you don't remember anything else, you're going to remember Kebba.
Now, one thing about it, they can't.
I'm a leader, not a boss. Do as I say and as I do. Call the cribs, YouTube. All of my shit come with a view. Pray on these rap niggas, put my knee in on a pew. And I'll black on some white shit. They'll peppy the pew. Shit stink. Ew. My wrist wink. Chill. I need 200 in a week, nigga.